So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to hear God's voice in a noisy world. How to hear God's voice in a noisy world. So I'm going to stay close to my notes because I want to capture everything that I wrote down. So in a world full of distractions, full of opinions and noise, how do you really hear the voice of God? So in this video, I will give you the three practical and biblical ways to grow in discernment and spiritual clarity. The point about what we are going to look at is tune out the noise. You're going to tune out the noise. You see the book of Luke chapter 5 and verse 16. Luke chapter 5 and verse 16, and talking about Jesus, he withdrew himself into the wilderness and prayed. He withdrew himself. The wilderness is a place that is very quiet and silent. So you need to shut down all distractions. You need to shut down all distractions. Anything you know that distracts you. You need to know when to go to a silent place to get clarity. Jesus withdrew himself into the wilderness to pray. That was what Jesus did. So you need to tune out the noise. You need to tune out the noise. Create a place, a space for silence and solitude. This is one of the steps you need to take to hear the voice of God in a noisy world. Tune out the noise. Number two, you need to stay in the word. You need to stay in the word of God. God's voice will never contradict his word. So the voice of God is in the word of God. The voice of God is in the word of God. So anytime you are studying the word of God, you are hearing his voice. So you need to stay in the word. Don't just read the word as fast as you can. Read the word of God slowly. Thereafter you read, what do? You meditate on the word. You meditate on the word. Then number 3 point to note in hearing the voice of God in a noisy world, learn to recognize his patterns. Learn to recognize the patterns, his patterns. There are patterns that pertains to God. There are things that pertains to God. Pattern talks about consistency in God's voice. Consistency in God's voice. Listen, conviction is not confusion. There can't be confusion in the voice of God. John chapter 10 and verse 27, my sheep hear my voice and they follow me. My sheep hear my voice and they follow me. Well, number one step we said tune out the noise. To hear the voice of God in the noisy world. Number one, we said tune out the noise. Number two, we said stay in the word. And number three, we said learn to recognize his patterns. Learn to recognize his pattern. God is still speaking. Yeah, God is still speaking. The question is, are you listening? Yes. Are you listening? This will be a blessing to you.